It's right at 2. Welcome, everybody. This is the Wikidata track, day 2. This will be the last session of the whole conference. Thank you all for joining us at this time. What I wanted to bring your attention to are the links up on the screen. First off, if you have any questions throughout the presentations, please go ahead and put them on this Google Doc. Link is right here, and you can see on the screen as well. This is where we would encourage you to put your questions here, and our presenters will try their best to answer the questions. We have time throughout the allocated time. He will answer the question live. If we run out of time, this is a place where we'd always refer to provide additional feedback. If you have any question throughout the session, please use the raise your hand and we will try to get to you personally. If you are a Twitter person, I will encourage you to actively tweet what you think about the exchanges throughout this particular session. And in addition, there is a Slack channel that we welcome you to join and keep track of the further discussion. Lastly, there is this community participation guidelines. We would like everyone to take a moment to take a look at, and we assume that by participating, you abide to these general guidelines as stated on these pages. For those of you who were here yesterday, I wanted to bring your attention to the recordings. Michelle has graciously put up all the recordings that were produced from yesterday's presentation. So please visit YouTube's conference playlist here. The link is also provided on the day 1, and you can see the link is right here. So if you were to go to the Q&A document, you should be able to as well get to the YouTube channel playlist. So we have a few more minutes to for our first presenter to present. And in the meantime, if you wanted to explore a little bit more what Steve is going to share, here's the description about the VendorBot project that he is leading at the Vanderbilt University. Liam?
Yes, that was my cue. Good morning or afternoon, depending on where you are coming from. So yes, the first presentation of today's triple header. As you say, this is the last of the entire conference and the second of the Wikidata track. So Steve will be our first speaker today. Steve Baskalf is from the Vanderbilt University as a data science and data curation specialist at the Jean and Alexander Hurd Library there, where he also received his PhD in biology from the same university, having taught subsequently a variety of things from science, maths, computing, and probably other things that he doesn't want to tell us because of the huge variety of things he's taught. Across approximately 30 years from middle school to university. He participates in the Biodiversity Information Standards Group, TADWIG, where he is the convener of the Audubon Corps Multimedia Metadata Standards Maintenance Group, and is the lead author of the Darwin Corps RDF Guide to TADWIG Standards Documentation Specifications, focusing on how to express standards metadata in linked data. His interest in discovering practical ways to use linked data have sparked the interest in Wikidata specifically, and we will hear today about the particular bot I assume it's Vanderbot named after Vanderbilt University, but I'm sure we'll hear that from Steve directly about his work with Python scripts, Wikidata, and a bot. Take it away, Steve.
Thank you. So I have actually made this as a recording because I was afraid I would get too long-winded. So while the recording is running, I'll actually be monitoring the Q&A document so I should be able to answer questions as they arise. I also pre-recorded this and then decided later to stick in a few screen captures of the program actually running. So it's a little bit disjointed when those suddenly jump in, and I apologize about that in advance. So at this point, I'm going to try to share my screen. We're not quite at 10 after. Should I go ahead and start?
Go ahead and share your screen, but start at the 10
Okay.
minutes after the hour.
All right. This will give me a chance to. Okay.
Steve, we can see your shared slides.
Okay, I'm trying to full screen them here. Let's see. Okay. All right, so I think I'm ready to go.
Excellent. I know we've already had 2 questions on the chat, which you have seen, Steve. So that's excellent that people are already chiming in with comments or questions before you've even said anything. So perfect. If you're just joining us, we are just waiting until 10 minutes past the hour, which is in a second, to make sure that that anyone who's coming in late doesn't miss the start. So do not adjust your reception. You are on the right channel. We have not yet begun, and we will be doing so. There we go. Now.